When it comes to pledging for any ship or vehicle in Star Citizen, you will see the term LTI, or better known as lifetime insurance. But here's the question: why is this so important? And do I really need to have this on every single ship and vehicle that I own? It just so happens that I have some thoughts for you that should prove very helpful. So let's begin. To my right is a table of contents. We'll start by talking about what LTI is and if it really is as important as many seem to suggest. We'll follow that up with a discussion on why there's so little information surrounding LTI, and then discuss a bit about some of the other insurance options available. We'll finish up with some final thoughts and looking ahead. All right, let us begin. LTI stands for lifetime insurance, and it is the best insurance that you can have for your ships and vehicles in Star Citizen. I feel the need to state that this is insurance inside the game, not external. LTI is but one of many insurance options, but is obviously the most valuable. LTI insurance is also typically only available these days through war bond pledges. At this point, it is the premier benefit of pledging war bond at all, with the only other perk generally being the slightly cheaper sticker price versus the non-war bond standalone pledges. Though very little is known about the in-game insurance system in Star Citizen, what we can deduce logically is that insurance will manage the terms in which we repair and recover damaged or destroyed ships and vehicles. Those terms will likely be premiums and deductibles. The idea is that when your ship is damaged or destroyed, you will have to pay to repair or recover a new ship in place of the destroyed one. This will cost you UEC no matter what. Based on the information that we do have, here are some things we can probably be confident in. 1. There will be insurance renewal and initial policy purchasing cost. If we have timed insurance, which we clearly do, like 6 months insurance, that means it will eventually lapse, at which point we will either have to renew or buy a brand new policy. The significance of this cost is unknown, but we can at least determine that there will be cost. Point number 2, though this next one is purely speculation in every way possible, I believe each insurance policy will not be created equal. For example, I believe each time your ship is damaged or destroyed, there will still be what we know as a deductible. As a result, I believe there will be different insurance policy types aside from just the length of the policy. Those policy types will lay out the deductible cost associated. Now, as this is pure speculation once again, I theorize that even those of us with lifetime insurance will still be subject to deductible cost. It's just that we will never have to renew that policy. So if I am right, this becomes a bit more interesting in that the true value of LTI is simply saving you from renewal cost, which may or may not be significant. This is worth pondering a bit longer and considering when it comes to how important we truly think LTI will be in the final game. So the skeptic in us might consider this to simply be a ploy to artificially inflate the value of the war bond pledge. While this can be true, I think there is enough information for us to make an educated guess, as outlined earlier, on how valuable the LTI can actually be. If the renewal prices are significant, then it's still a one-time UEC or money sink that will only have to be repurchased once over long periods of time. This again begs the question of how significant can LTI insurance really be? I can't speak to anyone's motivations as I simply don't know. However, I will not project a negative motivation where I cannot justifiably prove it in any reasonable way. I think LTI will have enough value to justify the slight cost savings associated with pledging war bond. My most logical thought is that CIG will ensure that LTI has objective value for what it actually is. For now, with the information provided in this video, I think we can take that and come to our own conclusions on how much LTI can mean for us going forward. CIG does offer 120-month or 10-year insurance during IAE on all pledges, so this is a good thing. I personally feel this 10-year insurance, which is the highest next to LTI, is its own indicator of how LTI or how valuable LTI might or might not actually be. If we think about it deeply, 10-year insurance is a measuring stick to compare to LTI. 10 years is a long time. So if 10 years is given away for free during IAE, though this is typically the only time of year it is offered, minus a few exceptions, it can be indicative of how much the higher tiered insurance policy may cost us in UEC when the final game is released and ready. Going forward, I don't think you should be overly concerned about LTI insurance. I think when you are making pledges, definitely consider it, but don't let it perplex you. The other part of this is that you have a lot of time to modify your fleets. FOMO, or the fear of missing out, is never the right approach, as it leads to regret and buyer's remorse more often than not. I encourage you to just learn the pledge system and just have fun and stay within your defined limits. I do hope this was helpful, and if you enjoyed and learned something, I encourage you to take a look at this next video on the screen. Well, that's it for me. I do hope it was helpful, and if so, please don't forget to like and subscribe. But you know what? I'll see you in the next video.